Make sure we live. Make sure we live. We live. We live. We live. All right. Bet. Make sure y'all can hear me and stuff like that too, fam. Before we get in and go in and talk about what we got to talk about, man, because this going to be a crazy live. It ain't going through. It ain't going. It ain't going. Oh, my phone messing up, fam. The live gone. Okay, there it go. It's back. All right. Boom, y'all. We live, man. Y'all see we got Lil Durk. We're gonna be talking about that boy Lil Durk, man. We're gonna be talking about Key Glock. You know what I'm saying? Key Glock, you know what I'm saying, little party hat and got blasted up, man. And Lil Durk, it's a lot of things on Lil Durk. We're gonna be talking about that boy Quando Rondo too. You know, Quando Rondo is a part of NBA Youngboy, and you know what I'm saying? They saying that BN10, you know what I'm saying, was secretly, you know, talking about what happened with him and the, All-Star JR situation. But man, listen. Let's take it all the way back, man. Let's take it all the way back, right? So we got Quando Rondo, you know what I'm saying? Quando Rondo just got out, you know, for doing a couple years for some things that, you know what I'm saying, he been doing and him and, you know what I'm saying, Durk been going back and forth because of what happened with the King Von incident. And it was getting into it even before then. You know, them guys can't stand each other. You know what I'm saying? They really wanted one another out. And, you know, seemed like Quando Rondo got the chance to really end, Lil Durk, whole goddamn on career. Yeah, because they got other witnesses, you know. Hold on, y'all. Let me give y'all my intro real quick. Now y'all get the likes up, man. Y'all make sure y'all sub to the goddamn on channel right now. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you do it, man. Now listen, they got multiple other witnesses called to testify and take the stand and talk about the bad doings of that boy Lil Durk. You know, and what Lil Durk did, and you know what I'm saying. Quando Rondo can take the stand, of what happened in California with that situation when he was involved in with Lil Pab when Lil Pab lost his life. You know, Quando Rondo got the chance to take the stand and, you know, just get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really think Quando Rondo gonna do that. But y'all think Quando Rondo gonna take the stand? You know what I'm saying? Or y'all think Quando Rondo gonna be a stand-up guy, you know what I'm saying, and not going and tell the situations that went on. He gonna keep that shit street. Y'all think he gonna keep that shit street? I don't know. Ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? The shit can get real tricky with these guys nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully he don't go out like the rest. But if he do, hey, he just doing. A lot of people that support him already before this gonna still support him. Now it's saying that Lil Durk tried to slide immediately, right after King Von got hit up. You know, but before that, you know what I'm saying? Before that, you know, um, Lil Durk. Y'all know I do this shit off the top of my head. I don't rehearse none of this stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? So they saying Lil Durk, a dirty motherfucker. You know, they saying that Lil Durk was trying to force, you know what I'm saying, make, the OTF guys and members and all of them affiliated guys, because they are gang members, OTF the gang, but he said they're a family. Lil Durk was getting mad, really aggressive, because they wouldn't go slide for his friend. Not that out he didn't go slide for his own friend. He wanted them to do his dirty work. Such a cowardly move, right? Because if you want somebody gone, why you won't do it yourself? That's exactly why these guys is flipping like him, you know what I'm saying? Like fish out of water. Because they're like, man, he ain't even treat us right with them funds. You know, we ain't really getting them features like we thought we was gonna get them features. Lil Durk lied to us. He set us up. They came to their common sense and say, hey, man, that nigga could have really did this shit by himself. We ain't had nothing to do with that. We ain't had nothing to do with that shit at all. You know? Now Lil Durk done got himself in some shit, man, and everybody telling on Lil Durk and taking a stand on Lil Durk and saying that Lil Durk was the guy who paid everything. Like the flights, the hotels, the ammunitions, the clips, the cars that they were driving in, the black dot Uber trucks. Now, all of these guys be having lookalikes in videos and running down on their ops, in videos because they be clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is that? What's his name again? Dolph did that, with Yo Gotti. Don't play with me. You better play with your bitch. Yeah, you better play with her. And speaking of that, speaking of bitch, we're not talking about bitch, right? That was just a song. But we got some more news for y'all today too. But no, Lil Durk should have did all of that by himself. Um, yeah, he should have did that shit by himself. And now he done lost seem like everything. And everybody trying to hold on, like, oh, he wasn't the guy who actually, what I'm saying, was there, and he wasn't the guy who actually said pow 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 pow. But if it wasn't from his money, the things that he was promising, telling them, hey, I can make you this, I can make you that. If it wasn't from that, Dirk could be free. Pab would still be alive. Like, y'all know Pab. Pab was a real street guy. He hung with Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo surrounded himself with nothing but street guys, and the same thing for with Dirk. The difference between them, from what I see right now, is Dirk people flipping on him. They switching the light off on him. Like when you ain't paid your bills and you cooking, or you doing something very important, and your lights get cut off. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. See, Lil Durk let his fans, his street fans, the people who not even sending him funds, who not even sending him money, you know, they're not even supporting him, because if they were supporting Dirk still, that free Dirk shirt, and free Dirk, advertisements, okay, but y'all got to play his music. That's not putting no money into his pocket. I mean, from what I see, Dirk views is still the same about when he got locked up. It's still about the same. So Dirk really not making no money being locked up, because he want to make foolish ass decisions like he a YN. Dirk old enough. A lot of these niggas they be doing this shit, bro. They old enough to know what they doing, bro. They old enough to know this shit, bro. They old enough to know it. And I'ma still stand on that. What I'm talking about, what I'm gonna stand on. I'm still gonna stand on the fact that, Vonnie is snitching. Nah, they say the dude Bezu. They say that the dude Bezu and Dirk, you know, really tried to kill, assassinate. You know, they tried to take Quando Rondo ticket to life. They tried to take Quando Rondo ticket to life, what God blessed him with, up out of him when he did a show in GA when it wasn't packed. No fans wasn't there, because they already knew, they had a clue, they had a feeling like, hey, this shit is real. People love Vaughn more than we love Quando Rondo. So I believe that them boys is gonna slide. Ain't no telling when, but we just ain't gonna go to the show. That's how them people was feeling. That's why they didn't come to the show. And then it was said that Bezu was one of the co-conspirators. And hey, y'all know Bezu. Y'all heard about Bezu. Y'all know Bezu don't play. He was a insane motherfucker out there in them streets. That's exactly why somebody had to take Bezu out, because Bezu, he was too much to handle. You know, when these guys get taken out like that, the way that they get taken out like that, bro, they be applying too much goddamn pressure to their ops. And that mean they be too much to handle, you know, too much to handle. Now y'all already know I'm like the first YouTuber, you know, I was trying to be the first YouTuber to always do nothing but lives, but I don't really go too long, but I give y'all, enough stuff to listen to think about, and to vibe out to. Now we're gonna talk about this Sauce Walker situation. And let me tell y'all something, man. After this, after this right here, after I talk about Sauce Walker today, bro, I'm not gonna talk about that boy Sauce Walker no more. I'm not gonna mention Sauce Walker name no more. I'm not gonna mention no TSL no more after today. Y'all know Sauce Walker. I said what I said about the boy Sauce Walker. His incident with the chick, and I was still stuck on the fact when she said that he be putting his hands on her. I feel like no nigga, no real nigga, what I'm saying, no P nigga, no street nigga should do no shit like that. We don't even know if she was sitting there lying, saying that shit just to say that shit or what. But I can tell y'all something though. Sauce Walker did snap back with the hardest song of the goddamn year. I mean, I think that Sauce Walker snapped back with the hardest song of that right after I said, oh, you know, Sauce Walker last song, it wasn't hitting on nothing. Then he came back. Sauce Walker came back like the next day. That's how niggas are supposed to respond. That's how niggas supposed to respond. When somebody say something, negative, I don't even know if he heard what I said, but when somebody say something negative or a nigga talk about you or something like that, y'all supposed to respond back immediately the next day, the same day, within 24 hours. You know, everybody jamming the song. I ain't listened to the whole song, but the shit jamming the song. Yeah, just the baby mama drama, you know, a lot of that shit, bro. That song hard is the hardest song of the year out right now. It's the hardest song of the year out right now. Another thing too, see, Shawty ain't had no business at all, bro. Putting this dude, information out, his bank information out, the way that she put his information out. No woman should do that. No man shouldn't do that, at all. She going doing all of these interviews and trying to make herself hot. When I heard that Drake said if he, call Shawty right now, she'll pick up. How long that's gonna last? How long is you gonna keep calling her? You know, um, if she that's her baby dad. That's his baby mom. Like she gonna have to fall back on him when shit hit the fan, when shit get hard. She gonna have to keep doing these interviews. And she gonna have to do interviews and not keep speaking on the same thing, because it's gonna get played out. You know what I'm saying? And what I recommend for Sauce Walker to do, what I'm saying, just keep making his music the way that he just made that music, snap back like that. Don't do too much talking. Because a lot of times when niggas be heated in the moment, bro, a lot of niggas say some shit, bro. A lot of niggas say shit, bro, that they don't mean. A lot of us say a bunch of shit. Y'all tap that like button, get them likes up right now. A lot of us say shit that we regret at the end, you know? So, yeah, man. Ooh wee, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that boy Sauce. That boy Sauce dropped a hard song, man. Just don't respond, what I'm saying, the way that you've been responding, bro. You know, uh, yeah, man. And most definitely, bro, keep your hands off these chicks. You know, keep your hands off these chicks. If you don't want no man to put his hands on your little daughter when she get older, it's just real shit that I'm saying, bro. And I'm saying all of that shit, bro, with respect, you know. And ain't nobody come and confront me about none of this shit, none of this shit, none of this shit, none of this shit. I fuck with the nigga Sauce, you know. Me and Sauce, we go way back, you know. He know we go way back, you know. Yeah, so that's that, bro. You know. Next thing we got, man, we got that boy. No, before we get into that key Glock situation, we're gonna talk about what is it? What is we gonna talk about, y'all? A lot of shit that's been going on this week. A lot of things that's been going on this week. Um, what's the boy named Anthony? What's the Anthony name? Carmelo Anthony. We're gonna be talking about Carmelo Anthony. They're saying that Carmelo Anthony, they're saying so many things. It was a pop out knife, it was a knife already out, regardless of what kind of stabbing object it was still a sharp object that shouldn't been in school because the only sharp object that's allowed in school is scissors. Now, with that being said, man, the dude looking at life, bro. He looking at life. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on the ground. It don't matter if he got jacked up like this. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And if he would have had marks and stuff on his face, like people saying that he had marks and stuff on his face, I'm pretty sure that we would have seen marks on this guy's face or known way before then that, Carmelo Anthony had, what I'm saying, marks and stuff on his face, bro. I just don't buy what the people saying. I want to see the tape myself. Is that a art? Did they edit that tape up and AI that tape, the video? You know, people saying that it was because why they saying that? Oh, people in court saying that two people saying that it was two hands that Metcalf had and did, and then they saying that everybody else saying it was one hand. So, you know, if they got the tape and if that's the real tape, and why these people trying to have a little race a race war over this situation? That was their problem. Y'all shouldn't go and hate each other and hate one another and hate other people. You know what I'm saying? Because of literally kids mistake. Y'all want to go and start a fucking race war, get mad at one another, over kids, over some shit that kids did, not even grown ups. These two, they ain't even hate one another. They ain't even dislike one another. And y'all want to dislike one another because of what they did. Y'all wrong for that. And I'm talking about the black people that's doing this shit. Y'all wrong for that. And I'm talking about the white people that's doing this shit. Y'all wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all fucking bleed the same, bro. We all sleep the same, bro. We all do basically almost the same shit. We all eat, we all breathe, we all sit on the toilet, we all piss the same. We just don't smell the same. We just not the same color. Everything else, bro, pretty much the same. We all got hair that grow on our heads, you know, our arms, we all drive cars, we all walk, we all in wheelchairs, we all use walkers, we all start off young, we all get old, we all live and we all die. Y'all foolish. I'm telling you, y'all foolish. Y'all need to go get some goddamn help. Thinking that trying to start a race war gonna solve a goddamn problem what kids did. Kids still in school. Come on now. And I'm talking to anybody who out there thinking that doing what we see that these people doing over this shit is cool, bro. Nah, it ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, bro, it ain't looking good for him. It's not. Because you gotta be getting beat up. You gotta be getting beat up, you know, for entertainment purposes only. You gotta be getting beat up, you know. So all of that, what I'm saying, people saying this and people saying that, what I'm saying, and people saying that they was in court and they seen this and they seen that. Guess what? We can't go off of what they say that they seen if we can't look it up and find it and see it ourselves. Yeah. I mean, I've been told y'all, I always tell y'all. A lot of y'all be opening up y'all ears and listening, and a lot of y'all just be letting it go through one end and go out the other, bro. Don't take this advice that y'all see that these people is out here setting. These people is setting a bad example. You know, we shouldn't go out here attacking white people. And white people, we shouldn't go out here attacking. Y'all shouldn't come out here attacking black people. We just got to stand as one and make sure that, you know, y'all little ones understand like doing that type of shit is wrong. Doing that type of shit is wrong. Just like moving wrong. Key Glock. Key Glock. You know, yeah, I'm kind of new to this, y'all. I should have been put this up for y'all, but we got Key Glock. You know, Key Glock, right? I could have pulled this up like this for the when I was talking about Lil Durk too, but it slipped my mind because I just, you know what I'm saying? I just updated it, set this up. How y'all like my background and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. This the one we sticking with right here for good. You know what I'm saying? We sticking with this one for good. But no, we got Key Glock. You know, like I say, moving wrong. You know, Key Glock. You know, Dolph. You know, cousin. You know, paper route empire nigga. You know, he was moving wrong. Nothing bad ain't happened to him, nothing like that. But let me tell y'all how I started, man. Govan, you know what I'm saying, came out and telling us, oh, everybody talking about this and everybody talking about that. And y'all ain't talking about the Key Glock situation. See, it seemed like y'all know that Govan had something to do, or allegedly, you know, had something to do, or it was being said on the streets that Govan had something to do with, you know, Flipper, aka Young Dolph, getting gone. He speak on a lot of, you know, Memphis shit and a lot of, you know, demonized shit. You know, I'm talking about Govan. Right. So Govan came and said, oh, y'all gonna talk about this, y'all talk about it, but ain't nobody talking about the key Glock blasting that happened. Ain't nobody talking about that. See, he always inside of their business too. You know, the paper route guys and business, you know, the key Glocks, you know, the Dolphs. You know, he deep up inside of that business. You know, we ain't know nothing about this. Y'all know why we ain't know nothing about this? Because it ain't hit the news. And the you know the venue, the venue where Key Lot was at should have been shut down because there's been multiple incidents that happened there, bro. When multiple incidents happen at a place, bro, it's not a good sign to go there because this could be a sign that hey, something can happen. It happen at any given time, my nigga. You can be there and some shit can go down. You know, I ain't really heard or seen Key Glock really getting in no shit. If I have, it haven't even been hitting the internet. But I haven't even seen Key Glock getting into no nothing. And I'm talking about before the Dolph situation and after the Dolph situation. I just seen him doing the same shit, just making music, you know what I'm saying, sticking to the strip. I've been seeing Key Glock pretty much, you know what I'm saying, doing what, you know what I'm saying, a nigga supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Hold it down. He ain't dropping crazy, but he holding it down. Like I mean, he's staying out of trouble. He ain't doing no white end shit, and he ain't trying to get back. Key Glock is a guy that a lot of people can look up to, you know, for that reason. Um, like I say, man, Key Glock, bro, Key Glock from Memphis. You know, Key Glock was moving wrong. You know, Key Glock was doing the same shit that boy Fulio, you know, Julio Fulio did. You know what I'm saying? Posting this location. This is where I'm gonna be. This was for his album release party. You know, he going from city to city. You know, he going from state to state. He's saying this is where I'm gonna be at, man. If you want to come, man, hit him up and yeah, you could pull up because we're gonna see you the address. It don't matter who you is. You know, he was heavily armed with security. They were searching people, but shit, that ain't mean nothing. You know, they saying that DJ Snake hadn't got sleep. I wonder why DJ Snake got sleep like that. Why he got slapped like that? You know what I'm saying? He got sleep. Why? What kind of music did he play in order for him to get slapped like that? What did he say? What did he do? Why did somebody come up there and disrespect him like that? Did he disrespect somebody? You know, was he a snake? Because his name DJ Snake. I see why a nigga named DJ Snake got snapped. No disrespect, but I wouldn't call myself a goddamn snake if I ain't doing no snake shit. You know? But no, man. Incident happened, man. Key Glock, he all right. Key Glock, no shots came Key Glock way, but hey, it could have came Key Glock way. You know, a bullet ain't got nobody name on it. My name, his name, nobody name. You had people all up close, personal, trying to record, punch, fights, And when the shots got ranged out, bro, shit, you could have got hit. See, when a fight break out, bro, the best thing for you to do is scat, because you don't know who gonna bring out that gat. So you got to go on and find cover, not try to be right there. Unless you want to be on the shirt, innocent bystander. That's what you want to be. I don't want you to be that. I want you to be safe. So if a fight break out, a street fight break out, like after the club at a house party, anything like that, at the bowling alley, at the mall, bro, you gotta go and get in your car. You gotta go on and go. Cause I'm pretty sure you're gonna see what happened later on. Don't try to get a viral clip off some shit where you can potentially get gone. Mm-mm. Don't do that. Don't do that. So my recommendation to what I'm saying, you niggas that's going dropping locations, doing all of these pool parties, and you got ops. Even if you don't got ops, you got niggas that could be mad that, hey, how can he bring this much attention? But if I try to throw a pool party or a barbecue or something like that, I don't get that much attention. You got them type of haters too. And then you got same type of haters that's like they don't like what you're doing, bro. They don't like what you're doing, bro. They don't, you know. Key Glock gotta move much safer than how he moving, you know. Go to a club and perform, you know. Don't just go and setting up your flyers and telling people you here and doing this and that. That's how you're gonna set yourself up for a disaster, you know. A hurricane is coming, you know. You don't want to do that. That's making yourself an open target. People really don't care about security nowadays, as you can see. And as we know, people don't even give a damn about us security cameras nowadays. So y'all got to be ready to protect yourself. And then for the for Key Glock security to whisper something in his ear, what did he actually say to Key Glock? Key Glock was very pissed off that his party got interrupted by some fucking fools while he just trying to have a good time, promote, and he ain't trying to promote no violence. But then he had people bring violence his way. See, trouble easy to get into, but hey, when they catch up with whoever did it, it's gonna be hard to get out of because I heard about 2, 3 people got hit. 2, 3 people got hit. You know, they doing good, they survived, but hey, y'all gotta stop moving foolish. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be moving like shit. Y'all don't give a fuck. Bro, y'all gotta move like y'all give a damn. Yeah. Y'all got to, man. This your boy Tony Black, man, voice of the block. Hey, if y'all fucked with what I said, I fucked with what I said. If y'all didn't fuck with what I said, guess what? I still fucked with what I said because I believe in everything I say, man. Hey, sub to the channel if you haven't already done so. Make sure you do so.